Hello, I'm Kyle Green.
And I'm Jeff Hutchinson.
Welcome to the Greenway Outdoors Kitchen. This is where we actually do the cooking segments for our TV show on the History Channel. Today, we're gonna do a little bit of a test. We've got two grinders here, and they look the same, but the components are just a little bit different.
They are. This one grinds a single time as the meat comes from the tray down through the auger and out the end. This one actually has two plates in it and grinds it once in between the plates, and then as it comes out, it's grinding again. So you're getting a second grind.
So a lot of people will take their meat, run it through once, and then run it through a second time, but the cool thing about this guy is it does it all in one clean swoop. Now, at the same time, you can do how much meat per minute? 7 pounds?
You can get through 7 pounds in a minute with this guy.
Both of them though. But yet this one's doing it double.
Yeah.
So at least that's what they claim, right? So our goal is to do a test to see, is it different? Can we put the same amount of meat through? We've both got about 12 pounds of meat here. Can we both run 12 pounds of meat through, have it come through at the same pace? I mean, there's a little bit of a personality difference in there. I tend to talk a little faster. He's a little do-de-do and slow as it is.
I would assume that with the two plates, it's gonna come through slower. So I think I'm gonna get done before you, but then I would have to run it through again to get that double grind.
And at the end of this, we're actually gonna take the meat, make some patties out of it, and cook it, and see if there's any difference between if he runs it through twice through there, and if I run it through just one time here. So let's get started. And we'll do like the Mario Kart start. Like, it's not the sound, you did it wrong. So we've got a couple pieces of bacon each right here as well. And because mine's doing the double grind, I'm just kind of adding a piece of bacon as I go, so it kind of mixes in with everything as it comes out. But the one thing that I will tell you about these LEM grinders is like, it comes out fast. Like as quick as you're dropping it in there and then you're trying to get the bacon in, like it's just coming out the other end. I've always been amazed by how powerful these are. It was funny growing up, my dad would always like really push using the hand ones because he was like, they always get clogged up. They always get clogged. Yeah, but he's like, they'd always get clogged up. They'd always get clogged up. He didn't like the electric ones because of that. Yeah. But with these, I mean, you can't clog them. As soon as I'm dropping it in, is how quick it's grinding. I mean, it's just, these things are workhorses.
The auger has larger space in between the turns. So it takes big bites to push the meat through. Hence the big bite.
Nice. I don't think that's why they named it that.
It's on the website. So I am going through, I'm doing all of my meat, and then I'm gonna do the bacon. Now the difference here, he did his all in one, and you can see that you've got bits of meat, and then you've got spots where you can clearly tell there's more bacon. This gives me the option, I do them separate, mix them by hand, and then put them through again, which you could technically put that through again. But the point of that is you do it in one, whereas this, I do it in two. It's better mixed, it has better consistency. So it's kind of a preference thing.
Yeah, what I like about mine though is it's very, yours is very coarse still.
Sure.
Mine's very smooth already. I mean, mine's ready to go as patties. We had the same amount of meat. I just think I worked faster than you in general.
Could be.
But even with the double grind, obviously, we should have ended at the same time. The other thing is like I eyeballed the meat and how it
was close.
And you know, it could have just been physics because you used the wrong beep 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 from Mario Kart. But meat looks great.
Yeah, this is good because if you're looking for a coarser grind, you only get the one plate, and this is good for chili where you want chunky ground beef. And this is better for smoother like pasta sauces and things like that. So now I'm going to take this now that it's done, mix it by hand so I know the consistency is good, the fat is well throughout the meat, and then I'm going to grind it again to end up with the same thing you've got.
I will tell you this, if you have this grinder, be really careful about how much you're working the meat during this process. You can overwork the meat and it can get kind of mushy. And that's kind of the thing is like with this one, I feel like a lot of like really good experts are going to want the single grind to manage the process more. And this, it's kind of like you can't mess up, so it's a little bit safer. But you can be a little bit more finicky with yours, and you're a bit of a finicky guy as it is, so that's perfect.
If you're looking to do a lot of meat all at once, that one's the better way to go. If you want more control and time to work with the meat, this is the way to go. But with this one, you also have to think, as you're going through and doing a second grind, you may have to stop, put this in the freezer for a little bit, because you don't want this to get warm as you're grinding the meat. So that's another thing that may cause this to take even longer.
Yeah, that's very important. When you are grinding meat, I'll actually put this in the freezer for like an hour or two ahead of time, simply because I want to make sure that this is really cold when I do it. The other thing is you want the meat to be cold as well. Warm, slimy meat, trying to push it through this is not a fun experience. Now, here's the thing. Let's say you've got this grinder here. You bought the number 8 and it didn't have the dual grind to it. You can actually buy an attachment where you can do a dual grind with that one as well. And it's pretty inexpensive and it can be found on the LEM website. So if you want to convert this guy into a dual grind, you can do that.
Yeah, and you can get the adapter, and that gives you the opportunity to use whichever one you want. And maybe sometimes you want one grind, sometimes you want two.
Now we'll do like a little fast forward here because we can't take this anymore. It's over. Way to go, Jeff. So we've both got plenty of meat here. You'll also notice, though, that the tinge of his meat is pinker than mine. Now, both of us were using pronghorn from one of our episodes on History Channel. So this was the same animal, same everything. Yours tend to be more pink, I think, because you mix the fat in more. Yep. And also, going through the process twice, I think, also impacts that as well.
Probably going to get a little more air in there because you're putting it through twice.
Yep, so that's pretty common. I like a darker, richer color. I like the dual grind myself, but let's do the taste test.
Sure.
Make some patties. Dark one's me, light one's Jeff, going in the pan. We're just cooking them normal, not doing anything special. Cook them for about 5 minutes on one side, flip them, 5 minutes on the other. That's about it. All right, they are done. You want to let these guys rest for a little bit, so I'm just going to put them on the bun before we cut into them. We'll give them about 2 to 3 minutes to let everything settle down. So this one is mine, that one is yours. So we both have to take a half of each.
You think it half of yours?
A little bit of extra ketchup.
Oh, come on.
Come on, you got enough. You didn't put enough, I know you didn't.
I put some, I put the normal amount. It's a burger with ketchup, not ketchup with a burger.
Okay, first one I'm trying is going to be mine.
Okay, I'll try yours first too.
Like, is that different? That's good. Definitely picking up the bacon. Pretty moist.
Pretty juicy.
I'm trying yours. I think yours is drier, which is weird because I would have thought the other way around.
It's because it's denser, because I had to put it through twice, so the more fine grind.
Okay. So it turns out both ways are good. I prefer mine, because it's quicker, it's easier. If you don't have that attachment, it's really easy to go out and buy one and make it a double grind. But I think either way, you're gonna have great meat, great hamburger, and quality equipment in LEM. Thanks so much for tuning in. Stay green.